Um, this is something that's sort of a bit of a follow-up from the last video. And it's something that I'm rather curious about in general. Is what is inherently feminine or masculine about certain clothing or certain ways of acting? I mean, a lot of these are really more cultural than anything else. I know the Bible says that men are not to wear women's clothing yet, and vice versa. But we're talking about book 2,500 years ago or so. These things were written. So, what would they have actually considered back then masculine and feminine clothing? Is there anything that women wear or men wear now that they would back then have considered feminine or masculine? The only clothing I can think of that's inherently feminine is the bra. I mean, there's some reason that a man cannot do it, but it's the only thing I can see that, that the entire use purpose of it is for the feminine body. But even tribes, cultures that wear little to no clothing don't cover up the breast. I mean, covering up is more cultural, but I'm just saying it's. So I'm wondering, is there any reason why guys cannot wear dresses or women cannot wear pants? I mean, nowadays it's more culturally accepted that women can wear men's clothing, but it's still culturally, in general, considered unacceptable for men to wear women's clothing. And I'm kind of confused about this. Is there any particular reason beyond misogynistic men feeling that it's demeaning for a man to wear a dress or something like that? Too girly? I mean, we keep bringing this up with kids that, are said to act too feminine. Or tomboys. Or, tomboys, women who act too masculine. Or kids that like to wear dresses. Yeah, not even transgender or cross-dressing. They just like the feeling of the clothing. They're not trying to be women, they just like it. And yet, society treats these people as abnormal. Yet, as I said before, there is no real inherent parts of these clothing that is inherently male or female. So, do you think these things will change at some point where, just as with women are allowed to wear men's clothing, men can wear women's clothing without even eyebatting? It won't even be male and female clothing, really. It's just, what somebody prefers to wear. I mean, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe there's something beyond culture for these things. But I'd like to hear your thoughts. Also, if you can tell me, have a better idea of what the ancient Israelites would have actually worn and what they would have actually considered masculine or feminine clothing. I'd be curious to know and to see exactly where those things would have stood back then.